The Innovator's Design, by Leal Story. In the year 2024, Nathan Carter, a 29-year-old mechanical engineer, is an ordinary man living in an extraordinary time. Despite his unremarkable life, Nathan has always been fascinated with history, particularly the medieval period. He spends his free time immersing himself in historical texts, documentaries, and simulations of medieval warfare and governance. One stormy night, while working late in his workshop, a freak accident occurs. A bolt of lightning strikes his house, sending a surge through his computer, which is running a simulation of a medieval kingdom. The next moment, everything goes dark. When Nathan opens his eyes, he is no longer in his 21st century workshop but in a dense forest, surrounded by sounds that belong to another era entirely. Nathan quickly realizes that he has been transported back in time. After wandering through the forest, he stumbles upon a small village. The villagers, dressed in rough-spun clothing and living in simple huts, are initially suspicious of the stranger. However, they soon take him in, mistaking him for a lost nobleman due to his strange attire and confident demeanor. Over the next few days, Nathan learns that he is in the kingdom of Eldoria, a land plagued by war, famine, and political turmoil. The king is weak, and various factions are vying for power. The common people suffer under the weight of heavy taxes and banditry, with no one to protect or guide them. Realizing that he might never return to his own time, Nathan decides to make the best of his situation. With his modern knowledge, he begins introducing small but significant innovations to the village. He starts by improving agricultural techniques, teaching the villagers crop rotation and the use of fertilizer to increase their yields. He also repairs the village's water mill, making it more efficient and enabling the villagers to produce more flour and, consequently, more food. As word of the village's prosperity spreads, people from neighboring areas begin to flock to it. The village grows into a bustling town, and Nathan becomes known as the wise stranger, a man with knowledge beyond this world. Nathan's success draws the attention of Lord Ulrich, the local noble who rules over the region. Impressed by Nathan's innovations, Ulrich invites him to his court, hoping to use Nathan's knowledge to strengthen his own position. Nathan agrees, seeing this as an opportunity to implement larger changes. At Ulrich's court, Nathan introduces new methods of fortification, improves the training of soldiers, and suggests diplomatic strategies to form alliances with neighboring lords. His advice proves invaluable, and Ulrich quickly rises in power, becoming one of the most influential nobles in Eldoria. However, Nathan is not content with being a mere advisor. He begins to quietly gather support among the people, using his influence to promote policies that benefit the common folk. Over time, he becomes a beloved figure, seen as a champion of the people. With the kingdom on the brink of civil war, Nathan sees an opportunity to bring about true change. He advises Ulrich to make a bid for the throne, but when Ulrich hesitates, fearing the wrath of the current king and his supporters, Nathan decides to take matters into his own hands. Using his network of supporters and the knowledge he has shared over the years, Nathan orchestrates a coup. The old king is overthrown, and Ulrich is placed on the throne as a puppet ruler, with Nathan as his chief advisor. From behind the scenes, Nathan implements sweeping reforms. He establishes a system of representative councils, improves infrastructure, and standardizes laws across the kingdom. He also introduces basic education for all, ensuring that future generations will be better equipped to govern themselves. Years pass, and under Nathan's guidance, Eldoria becomes a powerful and prosperous kingdom. The people no longer see him as a mere advisor, but as the true ruler of the land, a man who brought them from the brink of ruin to an age of enlightenment. As Nathan grows older, he begins to think about his legacy. He knows that he cannot rule forever and that his influence will eventually fade. To ensure that his reforms endure, he writes down all of his knowledge, creating a series of books that will guide future generations. On his deathbed, Nathan reflects on his life and the changes he has wrought. Though he never returned to his own time, he finds peace in knowing that he has left a lasting mark on this world. His story becomes legend, and for centuries to come, The people of Eldoria will remember the innovator who brought them into a new age. Centuries later, in the same spot where Nathan first arrived, a young historian stumbles upon a hidden library. He finds the books written by Nathan, detailing the innovations and knowledge of a man who seemed to know the future. As he reads, the historian realizes that the kingdom's prosperity and the modern advancements they now take for granted all trace back to a single man, a man out of time. And so, the legend of Nathan Carter, the innovator, lives on.